Hello and welcome to a round 2 special feature coverage from the Waco Annual Charity Open here in Waco, Texas. Stop number 2 on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. We're going to bring you the highlights from Paul McBeth's second round, a journey into the mind of the McBeast. Nate Sexton, myself, will be your guide, and I'm here in the booth with Paul himself. Say what's up.
What's up?
There he is, that player profile, looking focused, slow-mo. And here we are, hole 1. We're just going to cut together all of Paul's shots, see what people think of this round, get you all the action as quick as possible.
Yeah, and I believe the weather was the same day on day 2 as day 1. That unique north wind.
Mm-hmm. A little colder as well as compared to day 3.
Yeah, it did not make it up to the 60s.
Representing Discraft Discs, Paul McBeth!
Oh yeah. As you saw, hole 1, 293. Going backhand hyzer here. 291, 293.
Yeah, right here I got a ESP drone.
Okay.
Just kind of throw it up over those trees and let it come in, and there's a little hill right there that likes to filter the disc forward, so just kind of play it a little short and let it roll up there.
Yeah, nice overstable disc. Great there. Not going to glide away on you.
It's always nice to get that first putt out of the way, too. The shorter, the better.
Absolutely. Hole 2, 616, par 4, going straight ahead. A couple trees kind of getting your head a little bit, but you're really looking for just that slight hyzer, full power, flip up to flat and finish a left. Set yourself up with a pretty routine approach, hopefully.
Yeah, there's that one tree right in the middle of the fairway, and some people like to go left, some people like to go right. I like to throw the smooth hyzer out to the right, and this is the new Kong, that just came out. So I'm really liking this disc for these kind of shots right here.
Longest disc in your bag right now, or?
It's hard to say. For some people, I think it will. People that can throw the speed 12. But for me, I think the force will go further. I think it's a little quicker.
Okay.
But it does have a harder finish, so I think got to have the arm to throw the force.
Perfect drive.
Yeah, almost ideal to where I want. And then this one, I actually Luna approach.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, with that tailwind, able to go with the straighter disc.
Another birdie. Man, it's a lot of water on the ground early when we did these drone flights. Hole 3, par 3, 294, elevated basket. You're going with kind of that intermediate hyzer line. You're not going big hyzer. Is that right?
Yeah, this year I switched it up, decided to go that intermediate line. The year before I was going with the big hyzer, but I just kept catching too many leaves, so I decided just to throw the shot that I felt needed a little bit more skill, a little bit more risk, but I think a higher reward at the end.
Yeah, keeping it a little bit lower, away from all those branches, so you just got to miss the trunks more.
Exactly, that tree right there is really the only thing I got to miss, and then have the right distance.
And you're pretty much the right distance. A little bit of a tester putt coming back on that elevated basket.
Yeah, elevated basket with that wind. This is a tricky one with the SloMez.
Sneaks it in. Whoo!
That looks better in SloMez.
Yeah,
for sure.
man. Yeah, you won a coin flip there. You got to win. You got to win a couple coin flips sometimes.
But that putt, I mean, I think it's harder because it's wide open more so than the elevated. You don't have the stuff around to guide.
Yeah, definitely. Hole 4, super technical. It's like a little snake fairway. You just want to play not hyper aggressive off the tee. You're just trying to stay in the middle, set yourself up with a stand-up shot that you can work something into that green.
Exactly. I just grab a buzz here. I try to throw it with a slight hyzer and let it get through this initial gap, and then just finish soft left. And the left side's where you want to be.
Oh, that is perfect. Oh, that's one of the better drives you're ever going to see there. That got a lot of carry all the way up to that second of the 2 trees. You're like nearly jump putting here.
Yeah, this is further than I anticipate being. Normally I expect to be in the green a little bit over there, throwing some forehands, but I mean, I'll take that all day.
Yeah, you usually have to play some kind of anhyzer, and you're not really sure about how you're going to miss that last tree. You get to that spot, you really have a great reward because you can just throw it a simple shot up to the basket.
Yeah, it's almost more nerve-wracking to have one of those shots because you're like, don't mess this up. Don't mess
for
this
sure.
up.
You can't give away the opportunity that you earn with that drive. Hole 5, par 3, 264, up the 2 shelves. You going backhand mid-range?
Yes. Yeah, I got the Jawbreaker Wasp. Just kind of playing a little different. I'm trying to go past the basket this year. Last year I was trying to lay it into that hill, but it just kept stopping short of the circle. So this time I was like, just get it up to the basket and putt back if I have to. So just going with a lot of these holes, I kind of took a little different approach to them from last year.
A little higher. It's going to turn just a bit for you. And you're not going to have to worry about putting at all.
No, not really on these first, 5 so far.
Yeah. 5 for 5.
But yeah, disc golf is pretty easy when you don't have to putt.
Yeah, I love that kind of disc golf, absolutely. Hole 6, par 3, 267, going downhill to the right. A lot of trees here. What do you think? Is it an easy choice for you, forehand or backhand here, or do you have to kind of...
This hole is actually really easy because I'm almost throwing the same shot as the hole before. You know, the last one I put hyzer on it and let it flip. This one I just throw it flat and let it flip more to get down to that hill. So, I mean, these 2 holes back to back is almost too easy for me just to throw the same shot twice, basically.
Yeah, you got to love that when you can just go to the same disc and it feels super like familiar in your hand and you know exactly, you have it right fresh in your mind how the thing's flying that day.
Exactly. So those 2 back to back were pretty easy for me to dial in.
So you got a little bit of tester left, probably 25. Good putt.
It was one that I probably didn't have to straddle, but you can see the little limbs right there that I ducked my head around. But yeah, in the circle, I feel like on this course you should have some kind of look.
Hole 7, par 4, 462. This one's got a Mando tree, and you've got to kind of play likely just a hyzer backhand and try to get yourself in a position to pitch across. Do you ever think about kind of going for an eagle here, or is it just play as too easy of a birdie if you just execute?
I don't necessarily play it for the eagle. Last year I was going for it with the forehand. This year I just take my buzz and put it out there, and I'm noticing my buzz gets to about 80 feet.
Yeah,
you know, if I put it right where I want. So
I mean, flatten it.
Exactly. So if I'm in the right spot, I can jump putt and attack it, but it has to be almost perfect.
And that's what this is right here. This is like
pretty close to
90,
perfect.
100 feet away.
Yeah. You know, I'm jump putting here.
Yeah.
Looking at the tailwind, the flags. I just don't want to make the mistake too short.
Nice and easy.
Just got it to stick there. There were some leaves. I had to hyzer that. Normally from that distance, I like to S it, you know. But I had to go straight hyzer because I didn't want to hit those leaves and fall to the bottom of that pit down there. So just take the easy birdie there.
Yeah, definitely. Hole 8, 213, par 3. Shortest hole on the course, but plenty of trees. You can go kind of flat putter here. Just try to slide it a little bit. Or you can even throw a forehand, but I don't expect that's what you're going to do.
No, not here. This one, I when I talk to people about this hole, it's just it mentally tricks you because you can't see it in a straight line off the tee.
Yeah.
But it is straight.
Yeah.
It just is hidden behind those trees, so people try to throw a turnover, catch these trees on the left. I've really just dialed this into throw it into the ground right there where that dirt is and let the speed take it up there.
Yeah, and if it just goes dead straight the whole time, you're going to be right there.
Yep. I mean, you can see that
dance
right there.
around the green, but it stopped just nicely.
There's a backstop right there, so just keep it low and throw it into that. Preferably not that fast.
And at what point, like, what are you thinking about the fact that, are you thinking anything about the fact that you haven't missed the hole yet? Is it any added pressure, or do you just kind of try to keep taking it one shot at a time, or are you kind of starting to think like, oh man, like something special is going on?
I mean, there's definitely the mixture of both of those.
Yeah.
At that point, I didn't realize I had birdied them all because I didn't feel like I had. I wasn't putting or doing anything really.
Yeah, sure.
I was throwing good shots, but after actually stepping up to this hole, I realized, I could be at 10 through 9 if I 3 it.
Which you did last year, right?
Exactly, which I did last year. So that kind of jumped into my mind like, wow, I can't do that again. What I did last year, be 10 through 9 and shoot a 12.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to keep it going through here.
And this is looking really good. Oh, last tree.
Yep.
Got a tough angle from there, but not impossible.
Yeah, those are the 2 sets of trees. 2 trees you have to miss. Yeah. And this was a little difficult shot. Just more so the stance.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that tree right there is the only one. If I miss that, I'm all the way up there by the basket. So I wasn't wasn't too worried about it, but I knew I had to hug it tight.
Yeah, honestly, an eagle would kind of mess up the color on the scorecard anyway. You might just want to,
Yeah, keep it green.
yeah, stick with the green.
But that was just a layup that slid down that little hill.
Not a problem. In for birdie. Perfect front nine. Really not even one outside the circle putt either, making it look pretty easy here. Just not hitting trees. I mean, if you can get yourself in position, it's there for you.
Yep. So yeah, just making all the putts when they present themselves. And
yeah, this is one of my favorites. I think you like this one as well. Hole 10, par 4, 591. Kind of a chance to dream a little bit. Like, I know you're thinking maybe you could get up there for a putt if you execute just perfect.
Yeah, definitely reachable at this 591 if you really want to power it down there. But I take the Undertaker, you know, fairway and try to keep it right.
Yeah.
And I was feeling good at this point. All my drives were on point, and this one I'm like, all right, just put a little bit more behind it. And you can see it just drift to the right there. But I mean, not those woods.
Yeah, it didn't kick you bad. If you kick another 10 feet, you're in real trouble. But this is not too bad.
Exactly. I got a buzz right here. Try to keep it low under those limbs.
Ooh, that was that Ken Climo delivery right there. You do that leg kick thing.
Yep, get that leg up.
Keep it low.
And I think about that when I throw. You know, there's low tunnel shots. I think about keeping that back leg high like he did.
Yep.
Just keep my center of gravity really low.
And is this inside circle?
Just barely.
Another clutch putt.
Yeah, that was just barely inside the circle there. But I had a pretty open window. And yeah, 10 through 10, I think that's better. Or, yeah, 10 through 10, so.
Yeah.
That was a good one to get. That one I always struggle on.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of trouble to be had, especially if you start to power up and really go for stuff that, like you saw, your disc just drifted a little, and that kick almost took you into disaster zone, so it's a little tough. Hole 11, par 3, 279. Straight ahead, but a lot of trees and a lot of really bad woods near the basket. Roll away is a big risk here as well.
Yeah, I see the roll away as the biggest issue for myself here. It's just that miss that middle tree right there, right or left, and I feel like I get a putt every time. But that was just a bad release.
Pretty higher than I think you probably wanted, and this is going to be tricky.
Yep. If that was low like I wanted, it probably would be in the circle.
Yeah.
It would have died.
Didn't have time to drift.
Would have died right there on top of the hill. But this was an easy decision for me.
Yeah, you're playing too well. You don't need to mess with that death putt.
Exactly. You know, that was that, oh, I know I'm 10 for 10. You know, perfect round's cool, but I want to win the tournament.
Yep.
So just lay it up and you know, move on.
Definitely. And you could get it right back right here, honestly. There's a lot of eagle opportunities, hole 12 being chief among them, maybe one of the most eagled holes out here.
Yep.
Going to play a control shot off the tee and then get a little more attack on your second, trying to dodge these trees and get up there, find circle 1. You going forehand off the tee?
Yeah, forehand off the tee. Just try to get as close to the middle as possible and then attack with the second shot.
So what do you go with right here?
This is a really overstable Z force.
Okay.
It's one of the first run ones with my stamp on it. So
okay.
Yeah, that anytime you see a really overstable shot, it's more than likely that disc.
And then you're going to try to flex, go turn over into just a little bit of a straight finish here.
Yeah, with the buzz right there. I got a little bit higher than I wanted. You can see it slowing down and drifting. But
still kind of a look.
Yeah, circle 2. Probably about 40, I would guess. But very obstructed.
Get back on perfect with the make here. Inches.
Yeah, I thought it was good. But it was tricky. So I mean,
yeah,
I can't really complain about a birdie there.
No, hard to complain about birdies. Hole 13, 555, Mando tree. Got to stay left, and then you've got out of bounds on the right with the street, and then late in the hole, you kind of have some out of bounds cart path issues as you get up close. How aggressive are you thinking here? Are you thinking just smooth birdie, or is there any part of you that thinks attack?
I treat this one kind of like hole 10. You know, it's reachable if you really want to pump it down there, but there's a lot more danger here. Instead of the trees and brush, you got the OB on the right. So
yeah,
try to just keep it low and flex it down there.
Oh, this is way down there.
Yeah. This was a good one. But yeah, just try to play it safe. just don't go be right, and then convert the little 200 or so foot up shot.
Yeah.
And then this is where I got the zone.
Yeah.
And
that's
this hole's
not even 200. Yeah, just a smooth little shot.
Not at all. And this hole's directly into the headwind too, so it makes it pretty tough.
Good birdie there.
Yep. And then this is the point where every putt, no matter how far or short it is, they start to feel more pressure knowing I got something going.
Yeah, I think people need to know that. Like, nobody is, no matter how good you are, you've had some of the greatest rounds in history, you're still feeling nerves out there. Like, even as you're coming down the stretch, you're playing great, but it's like nerves don't have to be a negative. I think people don't understand that. You feel nerves, and you can harness that. You can help that make that pinpoint your focus.
Yeah.
And it's not about trying to act like this tough guy and not have any nerves. You just have to embrace that feeling, because nobody's immune to it.
100%. I'll drop a little Steve Rico knowledge that he shared when I was pretty young, but he's been playing the game since he was a child, basically.
Yeah.
And he said, he still gets those nerves when he plays, 20, 30 years into his career. And he said if it weren't for those nerves, he wouldn't be playing this. Those nerves are a passion.
Oh, that is huge right there. This is one of the easier holes so far, and your drive was left a lot to be desired there. 40 feet, maybe 45. Perfect.
Yeah, that felt good, especially into that wind. And I was surprised to hear that's the longest par 3 on this course. 303 feet.
Really?
That's what I thought I heard.
I guess I can't offer any argument, but yeah, it is surprising. But it's just because the other ones are also wooded. Almost every open hole out here is par 4.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that was a great putt. Give me some confidence coming into these last 4 holes.
Yeah, hole 15 into a headwind, you're not messing around. You're just playing position here, I would think. You can't really go all the way down.
No, I got the same force I threw in on 2 holes ago. Just trying to go with that same shot. Keep it low. Keep it below the fence line. And if I keep it below the fence line, I'm not worried about going over it.
And 201 feet is a comfortable range. You put it right next to the post, so you know exactly where you're at. That's a smart veteran play.
Yeah. Hopefully we can move those one day.
So they're not right in the middle.
I wasn't expecting that little skip there. But,
yeah, it got a little more of that hard pan grass.
And like I said, these putts, no matter how close they are, they feel difficult. But I just want to, even on these little tap-ins or 20-footers, I feel like I need to take my time.
Absolutely, because you've got to be thinking, you've got hole 18 coming, and that's a hole that you've eagled almost more times than you've birdied it. I would think, that's right there for you if the wind is favorable.
Yeah, with the north wind here, tailwind on 18, I know that's an eagle opportunity. So
perfection's not out of the question.
Not at all.
Yeah, but you got to take care of business here on 16 first, par 4, 585. One of the easiest holes on the course. You really just got to stay away from that right side OB. You're just going to maybe disc up one level stability into this headwind. Make sure you stay away from it. Get yourself a pretty routine upshot.
Yeah, yesterday I flipped it over into the fence, so I knew just put a lot of hyzer. I flipped it into the fence, but stayed safe. So just a lot of hyzer. There's so much room to the left,
and it's really not bad over there at all. You have a pretty open look from that left side.
Exactly. So it was a new upshot for me. I didn't practice it because we had the south wind all week practicing. So this is a new looking upshot for me, and you can tell. Left it a little bit shorter than I wanted.
Yeah, it turned on you just a little bit, but well inside the circle.
Again, one of those elevated baskets into a headwind.
There you go. And if there was ever a time when you're just asking the basket to do its job, no spit outs right now.
Yeah, it was a good week. I didn't see too many spit outs.
No, they're quality
nice.
basket. I feel like it's not like it's at the front of your mind, but any basket can spit, and you're just hoping that it's not going to be right now. When you're having a round like this, you don't want to see that happen.
Exactly.
Hole 17 is the hardest hole on the course right now. So you've got par 4, 610, dogleg right, tons and tons of out of bounds. This is going to be a big get if you can make birdie here.
Yeah, this is one I'm attacking with the forehand. This is the Kong I threw on hole 2. I just feel so comfortable with this disc, forehand and backhand. So just keeping it low.
Yeah.
It looks pretty high there, but it was well short of the branches that come into play.
That's where you want to be. And it's maybe just a little short, but you should have a pretty open look. Did that kind of roll down the hill?
I was really nervous with this spotter because yesterday I had it, or the day before I had it roll out of bounds. So when I saw him walking, he just couldn't see it, luckily.
Yeah. And then This is getting away from you just a bit too, a little high. But in the circle.
Yep, just keep it away from the water. I trust my putt right now. I wanna get the putts instead of you know, trying to convert from 250 feet away.
Yeah, you don't need to throw it in, that's for sure. Just over the rim, it's home.
That was one I just willed right over that cage.
So now it's obvious what you got to do. You're 16 through 17. You've got one hole. You can definitely eagle it. Got the big exhale thinking that we can do another 18 under, right? I mean, you got to be... what kind of pressure? What are you feeling right here?
Honestly, I didn't feel any pressure because I felt like this hole's automatic for me with this wind. You know, that was the nerve-wracking hole right there.
Yeah, that's the one you're really worried about getting through.
Yeah, this one I knew the day before, I kind of went high and wide because it was a little windier. I teed off a little earlier. This one I just said, just bring it, you know, 15 feet left more and a little lower, and it should power with that wind towards the basket.
Just need to stay inbounds. This is looking good. High, wide. You're gonna likely get a little bit of a skip. And holy cow, that's gotta feel good. You don't even have to worry about that putt. You put it so close because you know a 20-footer is gonna be pretty nervy. But a 10-footer, you don't really feel too much nerves on, no matter what.
Nah, this is where the spin outs and
for sure.
Like, wow, this would be the worst time. But I knew if I put this one close that it was almost guaranteed, and I just felt like attacking that drive.
Yeah, you gotta do it. And the fans love it. I'm sure your group mates are all pretty excited to be there and witness it again. Another minus 18 round. One of these days you're gonna have to do it without a par though. You keep sneaking in these eagles and pars. We're gonna need to see that all green.
I know, this time I laid it up, so I don't feel as guilty towards it.
Yeah, you know? True. It wasn't like you missed.
No, I laid it up, so.
And the fans, man, going crazy. Really cool. I'm glad that we got to get this on video with Jomez and get you in here to talk to us about it. Such a fun thing to be able to see, a rare occurrence in our sport. You're trying to make it a little less rare lately, though, so we'll see if you can give us another one of these days.
Yeah, we got a long season ahead of us, and we still have long careers. So hopefully a few more of these will happen.
Yeah, that's a course record. It's going to be tough to beat. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this special coverage of Paul's historic round 2 minus 18 from Waco. If he does it again, I'll be here. I'll help you guys get inside his head, kind of ask him the questions I can ask him, and we'll see what we get. You're still trailing Rick though after that round. I mean, holy cow. You don't often shoot at minus 18 and still got work to do.
Yeah, if someone says, hey, you got a birdie 18 of them just to still be in contention, I would call them crazy.
Wow. Well, thank you guys. We'll catch you for the next one.